you and me and John Boyega are leading a movie, and it was just so much happening and growth at that time that, it showed me that, okay, I'm meant to do this, And then, mind you, 6 months later, you get a call with a movie that has like a $500,000 budget, and you find out you're in Sundance. And when you get into Sundance, it's basically the distributors fighting over who's going to buy the dopest movie. And for us, ours happened to end up being Netflix a couple years later, but in maybe 2017 that it got bought. So we both, he's on Star Wars, I'm on Power. We both forgot about the movie.
I was about to say, it's a no-brainer. And plus, we need content more than ever.
100%.
But big props for that, because I know how hard you work and how much you kind of get underrated at times. Mm-hmm. You're aligned with those types of megastars in my heart and mind. So I just want you to know I see you. But Power, brother, come on, man. What the fuck? This Power, bro.
Yeah.
Power was good. Like you said, I was watching it day one.
Yeah.
And I love the characters. Love the characters. But when you and 50 came in, it went to a whole nother planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because 50 wasn't on the first season.
Not really. He was in jail.
Exactly. So when y'all dynamic came, I felt like the shit turned all the way up. Now, you get into your first season, which is the second season, correct?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
What is it feeling like? Because what I do know about that show is that it had a whole nother life when the show was over. Because the internet, the conversation how was that for you, first season?
When I first got on?
Yeah.
You know what? I was, let me be completely honest. I was a little intimidated at first.
Really?
At first, because I knew I was walking into a machine that had already been rolling.
Right.
So, and then keep it 100. There was a couple people on the show that I could tell that if one person is doing really well, they may feel a certain way.
Some haters were close by?
In anything, in any job.
What?
In any job.
Absolutely facts.
In any job. So I was able to spot that. So I had to figure out how to be a family member. I'm competitive, so my thing is, listen, bro, if you're in a scene with me, bro, I'm going to demolish you. And that's my mentality.
That's the athlete in you. That's the Nigerian in you.
Exactly. So I was like, all right, so let me do that, but then also let me be a businessman and learn. So it was intimidating to kind of juggle all of those things. And I spent most of my first season with 50. So he made it easy to just be like, okay. Because he's the same animal as me when it comes to entertainment. Businessman, musician, actor, director, all that. So that's everything I wanted to do. So I learned right away, bro. I learned my first year more than any other year because I was right-hand man to 50 in scenes. And so I was able just to see how he carried himself, the decisions, how he handled women at the time. Like, it was so much that I learned on all aspects of being in this industry. And again, him giving me my deal at the time, too.
So your deal, because Lotto came out that year?
Lotto came out that year, yeah.
The way you get in and you know what I'm saying? The way you know what I'm talking about? It's like a whole, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because Lotto was hot.
Yeah.
I think Lotto for me was the introduction to what you could do musically.
100%. And but I can't make this story up either. Let me just tell you real quick how I got my deal.
Share with me, Timmy.
Okay, I got time. You got time, a little time? All right. So, it was a rainy day.
Okay.
It was a rainy day, and I had just finished filming maybe around 4 o'clock. There was these producers, these 2 white boys that been bugging me to work with them for maybe 5 months. Granted, we're 5 months into filming, and 50 doesn't know that I do music yet. I didn't mention it. I was like, look, man, as a man, I'm not going to be like, hey, man, listen to my mixtape. No, I'm going to literally be like, bro, if you hear about my music, it's going to be on the radio or somebody going to bring it to him personally. That was my mentality. So, 5 months in, I go to the session. This is when Snapchat had just came out. So they were like, hey, bro, before we start, we just won like this little competition on Snapchat where this producer who places music in movies, he's gonna come and get the beats for us for his artists. Right. I was like, cool. Mind you, I don't really know them. They know me from music, but I don't really know them, and I don't know whoever's coming into the session. Right.
Oh, and by the way, I just want to tell the TKBS listeners, you did have music on Boss and a couple of things you work. So I like how you get in and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, come on, bro. We gotta get the place with them sinks, right? So so then the dude comes in. And he was like, hey, man, I'm sorry to interrupt your session, but they just won this challenge I was doing. I want to get some music off them. I work with artists like Eminem, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, and, 50 Cent. Mind you, this is when I'm filming season 2. Right. We're filming season, so nobody knows me yet, in that room. So I was like, oh, that's funny. I work with 50. He was like, oh, bet. He's like, oh, so he's like, this is your session right now? I was like, yeah. He was like, well, play me something. I was like, how do you know 50? He was like, oh, I do all the music at G Unit. I said, bro, I'm the new character on his show Power. Yeah. He was like, oh shit, okay, well, play the record. So I play him Lotto. He's like, oh yeah, come to the office tomorrow. Let's talk. Let's have a bigger conversation. Mind you, did not text 50 yet. Didn't do anything yet. I go. This is another situation how God works. My meeting the next day was at 2 p.m.
Right.
I was living in Brooklyn at the time, so if you're familiar with Midtown to Brooklyn, if you're not, it could be traffic for hours, or you get there 30 minutes, you're good. That day, I happened to be an hour late, so I get there at 3 now. So my manager at the time, she's there, and she's stalling for me. So 15 minutes, I get there, so I'm playing more records. 15 minutes into the session, 50 walks in.
Right.
So if I was there at 2 o'clock, I would have missed him because them meetings when you play records don't last longer than 30, 40 minutes.
So quick.
I mean? Quick. But the fact is, he was like, yo, little bro, what are you doing here? He was like, oh boy, was like, his name was Tony. Tony was like, listen, man, like, yo, he's dope. He got some records. Fifth, listen, he made me play Lotto at least 15 times, back to back to back. He said, bro, one, I respect the fact that you didn't come to me on some sucker shit with sucker things with that kind of energy.
Right.
2, I want to give you a deal and I'm going to cut my verse on this tonight. And that was...
One time, destiny. You hear me? It's like you almost walk into the shit. You know what I'm saying?